Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. You're joining me on a really warm Friday morning. I've saved you the boarding bit. All the rods are out and waiting for that first bite. We have seen quite a few shows in front, so hoping we can nick one sometime before this afternoon, before which I will then top up the spots, because at the minute I'm just fishing two on bags, that being the left and the right hand, and the middle one I'm fishing old school snowman with a 3 bait stringer. So yeah, playing it quite sneaky for the minute. I don't want to spook anything that is there with the spot this early on in the session, so I've gone very minimal at the minute. Hopefully we'll get a few moving or stick around, and then just around tea time I should say, we'll put a few spoms out. We're fishing two around about the 17-18 mark, and I've got one nice and close in on the right hand here, just slightly to the right, all in areas that we've seen fish show this morning. Had a bit of a short walk around, and I've seen quite a few fish, as I say, in front of this peg. I think 5 or 6 shows within 10 minutes, so one of them a nice fish as well. So we'll give it a go in here and see how we get on. Nice day today, lovely out there, nice bit of sunshine, got the bivvy there in the shade. But tomorrow it's giving a pretty awful day by all accounts. Rain from early morning right the way through. I mean, they often get it wrong, but I'll bet they don't when it's a crappy forecast. So we'll see how things pan out, and we'll see how we get on. So stay tuned. If we get anything, you'll be the first to know. Well, while we've got the time, I might as well knock up the mix. Ready for this evening. Oh, hello. Should have known you'd not be far away. You never are when there's food about, are you? Hey, do you want a bit? Yeah. There you go. Got to pay the tax, haven't we? Right. As usual, starting with some boilie crumb. Got to keep them grubbing around. So that I like to add a few handfuls of whole boilies as well. SLK and S7 in this case. A little bit of pellets. This is some particle that I had left over from last week. I froze it when I got back because it's got hemp in it. So I don't leave the hemp because it tends to go off and ferment. And I've got some top flight particle as well, which has got a bit of maize and maples and other bird seeds in it. A couple of handfuls of both of those. Because it's got maize in it, I'm only going to add half a tin of corn this time round. And I only put a full tin in my mix, but there's enough yellow going on in there. nice sweetness of the corn. To that, I'm going to add some liver extract. Really good stuff this. I was using this last week and it proved quite effective. So it goes very well with the SLK in the mix, which obviously is shrimp, liver and krill. Again, I'll give that a good stirring up. You want to help, do you? I help eat it. I know your game. She's looking for the overspill. Guarantee if anything dropped on this deck, she'll have it. Yeah, so that's that well mixed. And then to add to that, a bit of salt. As I've said a few times before, I don't like to go mad with the stuff. Some people like a lot, I don't, but I do like a little bit in the mix. And because it's the rock salt, it doesn't dissolve into the mix. It stays whole and in chunk form, so they can actually seek it out. And that's it. There we are. I'll let that soak in now, and that'll be ready to go out this afternoon. And by then, the pellets and the boilies and the crumb will have soaked in all the nice liquids and act as a carrier down to the bottom. Yeah. Right, that mercury's rising again, kid. Let's get these windows open. That's better. Get some airflow going, isn't it? Hey, my old hot dog. Hey, old hot dog. Hey. Yeah. Go in the shade. Go on then. Go on then. Up. Can't settle, can you? Come on, in your bed. That's the afternoon gone by without anything occurring at all. Well, not quite, just a couple of liners, but as yet, no bites. Having said that, all my bites off this peg have come early hours of the morning and around the dawn, so if that's anything to go by, whatever, plenty of time yet. Everything's reset. All 3 spots have now been spotted. My usual half a dozen on each. And fresh baits are out there ready. Now we play the waiting game. Well, after what seemed like an eternity of liners, both the middle and the left hand rod have been, I mean, going absolutely nuts with liners. We finally got a take on the left hand. It's a bit of a wild fish. Again, I think it's because the water's so warm. Let's see if we can give you a look at it. There you go. Good start. £27.14. Great stuff. Blank beaten. Nice one. I'll give you a quick look at the other side of it, and then we'll get her still and get her back. Nice and behaved now. And there we go. Yeah, great stuff. As predicted, in the early hours. Let's hope we can bag another one. Right, my beauty, let's get you back. Good morning, guys. Unfortunately, nothing more in the night, despite multitudes of liners. I think I need to have a lot closer in today, see if I can find a spot close in, because the liners I had was incredible. Well, the forecast rain has arrived, as you can see. Been quite heavy at times in the night. It's certainly a lot cooler this morning. Seen a few fish show. Not over me, unfortunately. More to the left. But there's still time yet, and the conditions look good. Fingers crossed. Looking like a Netflix kind of day. Well, we'll give it another couple of hours and then refresh everything. Top the spots back up. Maybe nick one in the afternoon, who knows. Still getting these liners. Last night I had nearly 2 hours of liners, just incessant, one after the other. It was so bad I couldn't get to sleep. And then all of a sudden the left hand's ripped off. So I'm hoping that's a sign that they're knocking about again. Come on fish, pick that bait up. I suppose the good thing is that, well, it shows they're in the area. Come on. Why is it, whenever you get a take from a bream, it's always at the most inopportune moment, and they always mess up the other rod? No wonder people hate bream. Back to making the rigs again. And ain't that typical? I battled through the rain to top up the spot, reset all the rods, gone absolute soaking, and as I got the last rod on the rest, it stops. So what a mickey take. Bloody typical. Bastard bream. Well, so tea done in, so time to get everything ready for the final night. Not a single show, nothing. Nothing since the first morning. Very quiet. I'm not going to go in heavy, I'm just going to put a couple I think over each spot just to refresh and reset the rods. Hopefully we'll nick one more. Well, we're just coming up to dark. Things are looking better. Just had a fish top, a few rod lengths to the left of my left rod. That's the first one I've seen in ages. Come on. Well, it would seem that moving that rod closer in has paid off. Still getting lines, but we moved the right hand closer in. And 10 wrapped out. Not a massive fish, but well happy to see him. Nice common, £18 line. Yeah, more than welcome. Glad to make it number 2. Great stuff. Pristine looking fish. Really nice fish. Well, as is the same on the other side. Typical common. We'll get a still and we'll get him back. Thank you, fella. Rescued the session a little bit there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, great stuff. Loads of time because it's only just gone dark, so plenty of time for another one. Yeah. Hopefully we can bag another one and make it a hat-trick. Everything back out, and that's celebratory cuppa. I'll make a few bags up again. And there we are, just gone 3 AM, and we've got that number 3. Just going into a deep snooze there, and then listening to the sound of the rain. It's just stopped now, but it was chucking it down while I was playing this filly. A lovely mirror. Oh, okay. And there we are. £23.12. Yes. Yeah, we'll take that. A nice little fish and all. Let's give you a look at the other side. If she'll behave. There we go. Another Gaunt's Lake beauty. Turned into a half a decent sesh in the end. Struggled a little bit. And that right hand rod saved us in the end, moving that in close. Turned out to be a top move. Great stuff. Right. Get her sorted, treated, and we'll get her back. And we've still got 3-4 hours, I think, of bite time. So there's always a chance for another one. Thank you, lady. Good morning. Rain has just stopped again. Been a pretty wet night. Nothing more since that one at 3 o'clock. Couple of liners still. And I'm sure I've heard a fish or two boshing out there as well. In the dark just before dawn. So you never know, still a chance of that one more. Well, about 2 hours left before I make the journey back home. So I'm gonna have this cup of coffee and then a slow pack down. Well, that's us guys. Another session come to an end, but it's been really enjoyable. Really enjoyed it. I hate this bit packing up, and it looks like I've got a wet one as well. Hopefully we'll dodge the rain. 2 trips, so anyhow, yeah, that's it, that's me done, unless of course another one comes within the next hour, but as they've all been night bites, I think that's a little bit optimistic the way it's been fishing. Still, cracking session in the end. Yeah, it started a bit tough, we had to wait a bit, didn't we? I think it was 24 hours between the first and the second. I obviously moved off, had a feed somewhere, and they've not come back over those 2 spots over the left, and the middle hasn't seen any action whatsoever this time round. Only by listening and watching and noticing all those liners, and you're still getting them now, and then reacting to those liners. Obviously that paid dividends. Moving that rod in, that was the move, because it accounted for the last 2. So yeah, reacting to it all again, that's come good, and turned out to be a half decent session with 3 happy days. So I hope you've enjoyed it again as much as I do. I'm out there most weeks, as you know, doing all this, and it's good having you along and enjoying it with me. Appreciate all the comments and the support. Once again, thanks to everyone that does tune in and support me. There'll be another one along pretty soon, next week I reckon. My vlogs are now going up on a Friday, religiously keeping to the Friday and toying around at the minute with what time to put them on, but somewhere around mid-afternoon seems to be the best time. Anyway, if you haven't already done so, please leave a like and subscribe, because it does help the channel along immensely, and it seems to be really hard work getting people to subscribe, so thanks to everyone that already has. So that's me, all done and dusted bar the shouting. Me and the doggy off up the road again. See you soon guys, take care of it.